Think you know which animals are dangerous? Think again. We often imagine the obvious predators, the lions, the sharks, the wolves, as the primary threats in the wild, but nature's capacity for violence is far more subtle and far more shocking than many of us realize. The line between observer and prey can vanish in an instant, a truth that the individuals in our stories learned in the most brutal of ways. Chapter 1. The Shadow from Below. The ocean, for all its breathtaking beauty and life-giving abundance, is a realm of profound contrasts. It is a cradle of life, but also an arena where the line between hunter and hunted is drawn with brutal finality. Beneath its serene surface, a primal drama unfolds, governed by ancient rules of survival. Here, evolution has sculpted its masterpieces of predation, creating a world of apex predators honed by millions of years of relentless competition. Among them, one reigns supreme in our collective imagination, a creature of both terror and awe, the great white shark. It is the ocean's perfect predator, an engine of muscle and instinct patrolling the boundary between the deep and the light. Its hunting strategy is not the prolonged chase of a pack hunter, but the calculated, terrifying efficiency of an assassin. The attack is an ambush, a sudden, explosive event launched from the dark abyss below, where the shark is cloaked in shadow. Imagine the scene: a surfer, waiting patiently, legs dangling in the cool water. From the depths, the shark sees only a silhouette against the bright surface. In its ancient mind, this shape is indistinguishable from its primary prey, a seal. It is a tragic case of mistaken identity waiting to happen. The initial strike is not born of malice, but of curiosity. It is a test bite, a devastatingly powerful act of investigation. Lacking hands, the shark uses its mouth to determine if what it has struck is a viable source of high-energy blubber. In that single violent moment, the world is reduced to a vortex of water, pressure, and unimaginable pain. The force is immense, the shock absolute. There is no time to react, only to endure the crushing power of the ocean's apex predator. Often, realizing its mistake, the shark releases and disappears back into the depths. But the damage is done. For the victim, now bleeding in the water, the ordeal is far from over. The struggle to reach the distant shore, a race against shock and blood loss, has only just begun. Chapter 2. The River's Ancient Executioner. Deep within the murky, slow-moving estuaries and mangrove swamps of northern Australia and Southeast Asia, a primeval predator reigns. Here lives a reptile whose design was perfected in the age of dinosaurs, a living fossil that has watched continents drift and mountains rise. This is the realm of the saltwater crocodile, an apex predator virtually unchanged for over 100 million years. The saltwater crocodile is a master of patience, an artist of the ambush. It can lie motionless for hours, sometimes days, a log-like deception in the murky water. Only its eyes, ears, and nostrils, positioned on top of its head, break the surface, allowing it to see, hear, and breathe, while remaining almost entirely concealed. Its skin, a mosaic of earthy tones, provides the perfect camouflage against the riverbed and tangled roots, a creature of immense size and power, with males reaching over 20 feet in length and weighing more than a ton. It waits for the perfect moment, a flicker of movement, a careless step at the water's edge. For the unwary, there is no warning. The crocodile's sensory organs can detect the faintest vibrations in the water, pinpointing the exact location of potential prey long before it is seen. In a fraction of a second, an explosive burst of power propels it from the depths. Jaws that crush with over 3,700 pounds per square inch, the strongest bite in the animal kingdom, seize their target. Then comes the death roll. With its victim locked in an unbreakable grip, the crocodile spins its powerful body to disorient, drown, and dismember. It is a technique as brutal as it is effective. The crocodile's lethal reputation is etched into history. On Ramree Island during World War II, retreating soldiers were forced into mangrove swamps, leading to an event that entered legend as one of the most horrific mass animal attacks ever recorded. To survive an attack from a saltwater crocodile is exceedingly rare. The sheer force of the initial strike, combined with the inescapable power of the death roll, leaves little chance for escape. It is the river's patient, waiting executioner, a timeless hunter that commands respect and inspires terror. Chapter 3. On the vast, sun-scorched savannas of Africa, the hierarchy of danger seems clear. We are taught to fear the roar of the lion, the silent stalk of the leopard. These apex predators define the continent's deadly reputation. But seasoned trackers and local villagers know the truth. The most feared animal is not always the one with the sharpest claws or longest fangs. There is another force, a grazer whose presence commands a different, deeper kind of respect. It is the Cape buffalo, an animal that has earned its chilling nicknames through centuries of deadly encounters, the Black Death, the Widowmaker. It's responsible for more hunter fatalities on the continent than any other large animal, a testament to its formidable power and unforgiving nature. Observing a herd, one might mistake them for placid cattle. But beneath this tranquil exterior lies a notoriously unpredictable temperament. Calm flips to fury in the blink of an eye. This is a near ton of pure, condensed muscle, protected by a helmet of solid bone known as a boss, from which sprout immense scything horns. A direct charge delivers an impact equivalent to being hit by a small vehicle. Bones shatter. Organs rupture. Survival is a matter of sheer luck. But its most terrifying trait is its intelligence, coupled with a vengeful spirit. A wounded buffalo will not flee. Instead, it may circle back, using the terrain to its advantage, and patiently wait to ambush its pursuer. It remembers who hurt it, and the danger multiplies exponentially with the herd. A group in panic becomes a living avalanche of hooves and horns, a thundering, unstoppable force that can obliterate everything in its path. Vehicles, trees, and people. The key to survival is distance and respect. Never approach a lone bull, and never get between a buffalo and its escape route. Their personal space is absolute. The Cape buffalo is a stark reminder that in the wild, true power isn't just about predation. It's about raw, defensive might. To be judged by this animal is to face an ancient, unforgiving force of nature. In North America's vast wilderness stands a titan, the grizzly bear, over 8 feet tall, more than 500 pounds, strength that shapes ecosystems, awe-inspiring and terrifying. Most attacks are defensive, a mother protecting her young. Do not run. Lie flat, hands clasped behind your neck. Let the danger pass. Predatory attacks are different, rare, but truly terrifying. If hunted, shout, throw, use bear spray, look big, fight back. Survivors speak of bones breaking, immense weight and pressure, then silence. A grizzly encounter is a lesson in humility. Know the rules before you enter the wild. The warm, tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific hold an almost invisible danger. The box jellyfish, Chironex fleckeri, among the most venomous marine animals on Earth, up to 60 tentacles 10 feet long, each lined with millions of stinging cells. What feels minor erupts into pain that defies description. Cardiotoxic, neurotoxic, dermatonecrotic, a cocktail attacking heart, nerves, and skin at once. Tentacles stick and keep firing, branding the skin with searing trails. Cardiac arrest can come in minutes, drowning before the shore is common. Survival is a miracle of speed and expertise. The deadliest threats are often the ones you cannot see. Chapter 6. The African lion, king of the savannah, hunts large herbivores, not people, but age, injury, drought, and learned behavior can turn humans into prey. Strategy perfected over millennia becomes terrifying when aimed at us. 1898. The Tsavo man-eaters stalked a railway camp in Kenya. Bold, calculated nightly hunts, workers dragged from tents. Patterson's hunt ended the terror. The lions were healthy, powerful, and fearless. The line separating us from the food chain is thin. When a predator adapts, our tools can feel fragile. It is a primal fear realized in the African night. Chapter 7. On remote Indonesian islands roams the Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, up to 10 feet and over 150 pounds. Its true danger lies in the complexity of its bite. Not just filthy saliva, a sophisticated venom that induces shock and prevents clotting. A swift lunge, a single tearing bite, then it waits. Anticoagulants bleed the victim, blood pressure crashes, escape becomes illusion. The dragon follows, patient, inevitable. For humans, the delayed effects demand rapid medical intervention. The Komodo's bite is a dragon's kiss, subtle, patient, and utterly lethal. Chapter 8. A herbivore responsible for staggering fatalities, the hippopotamus, 3.5 tons of territorial aggression. Those aren't for plants, they're weapons. Boats, canoes, people, stray too close and it may charge without warning. Hippos attack from below. Fast. Unseen. capsizing vessels with sheer mass. On land, never block its path to water. A 20-mile-an-hour sprint of unstoppable fury. A plant eater with the arsenal of a carnivore. Seemingly lethargic. Explosively fast. The river horse's rage demands respect. Nature is awe-inspiring, and sometimes terrifying, so respect it. These stories are not to shock, but to deepen understanding. We are visitors. Safety comes from humility and awareness. These animals aren't monsters, they are perfected by evolution. Beauty and danger are two sides of the same coin. Understand behavior, coexist more safely. Let these lessons guide our conduct in the wild. Like, subscribe, and tell us which encounter shocked you most in the comments below. Stay curious, and stay safe.